Hi, today we're going to meet with Michelle again, and this is fall, autumn. So we're going to be talking about making homemade soap and other kinds of crafts and things you'd like to do in the fall. Hi, Michelle.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm good. So
Yeah,
you've
so
made a bunch of these kind of soaps. This one's
yes.
called Berry Blossom. Smells great.
Yes. Oh
This
yeah. Oh
one,
yeah.
this one is, I didn't think I would like. This is one of my favorites, but it says tobacco and bay leaf or something. And
Is that a brown one?
well, maybe it is,
Yeah,
but
that one's the pumpkin spice. That's the pumpkin spice
that's
one.
pumpkin spice. Okay.
The
But there's
tobacco bay
another
leaf.
one, tobacco and bay leaf. Oh, this is that
Yeah,
one.
that's
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 this
the
one.
tobacco bay leaf. I know.
I
I
love
just love
it.
that one.
It doesn't
It
smell at all like tobacco to me.
No, no. I hated to put the name of it on there like that, but I wasn't sure what else to call it. And that was the
But
name of the scent
this
and the
is what
soap
my
I made.
husband, this is what my husband uses.
Oh, goodness.
This is what I use all the time.
Exactly. Way better. Way better for
So,
you and your skin.
so tell us about why it's better.
Um, I just think homemade soaps in general, anything homemade is going to be better than store bought just because of chemicals and hormone disruptors that are in regular soaps. You've got some of them have dyes. That one is probably a colored one. I know, like in my soaps, they are colored, but they're all natural pigments. So everything is natural and really good for your skin. I do a lot of tallow-based soaps, and most of them they would also be considered milk soaps. I use Maggie's A2 milk in them, so um, they're just really good and healthy for your skin. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, but they're very nourishing. They're more like your skin, and so it absorbs better. Like anything you put on your skin is going to be absorbed in your bloodstream in like 30 seconds. So anything you put on and anything you eat, I mean, everything is important. I
Mhm.
mean, it can get overwhelming to think about, but you just have to start small, little baby steps here and there. And I think something like a soap and natural shampoos is a good step to start.
Natural shampoos?
Huh?
Are you making those?
No, I'm not making those yet.
Okay.
I mean, I have made a shampoo bar that people did like this summer with a soap. So it can be used as a body and a shampoo. I haven't found one for my curly hair, but people who have like straighter hair, I think like it.
Okay.
So yeah, so in my bars of soap, I've got tallow, it's all grass fed. Well, this summer I actually hand rendered it myself because I learned how to do that.
Oh,
So it was like a huge process. Like my soaps are like so special to me because it's like so much extra work, but it's a fun, I guess I consider that my craft.
yeah.
Something I like to do. It's a creative process for me, I guess. Like
Yes.
we infuse like our olive oils that we use for some of the soaps with our hand dried botanicals from our garden, and I infuse pine needles in olive oil for our winter soap, through the year. Like it's a process that has to start months ahead. You got to be kind of organized.
Okay.
But that way it infuses even more benefits into the soaps. Same with the milk soaps. We will infuse, like we had a really popular one, a chamomile and dandelion
Yes.
soap. And so we can infuse our milk with that as well before we use it in the soap. Um, and there's a couple things when you do use milk in your soaps that you have to do because it heats so fast and you can ruin all the properties. So when we do add our raw milk, we freeze it in ice cubes first. We have to measure it all out. Everything is very exact and precise with
Uh-huh.
soap making. Um,
So everything
but
has to be measured.
yeah, you have to have a kitchen scale. There's a lot of equipment needed. Um, I guess I could show you pictures of everything, but it's like in all different. I have a huge cabinet full of things and then molds and all of the oils. It's kind of a big deal,
Hmm. And you
but it's
use,
easy once you get to it. I mean, it took me months to get comfortable with it just because you're working with lye, which is very caustic, and you got to wear goggles. And
Rubber
if you
gloves,
don't have air ventilation, it's probably good to wear a mask of some sort.
or do it
Um,
outside.
yeah, you can. I just don't want to set everything up outside, so I'm too lazy with that because everything's in here in my kitchen. So I
Mhm.
do mine in my kitchen sink behind me here. I've got the windows. I just open all the doors and yeah, it's only for a minute or two. And a lot of times when I do mix the lye and water mixture, you have to let it sit for like 45 minutes. So then I will carry it outside for that process, so I don't have to smell it for that long.
Mhm. And then you
So
mix out the other stuff, the oils and all the other stuff.
yeah, while
Mm,
the lye mixture is
mhm,
cooling and getting ready, which takes about 40 minutes or so,
mhm,
then I'm in here melting the shea butters, cocoa butters, everything you have to measure precise, like I was saying. So you measure everything really well, and yeah, and then melt all the butters, and then everything has to be kind of correct temperatures. You're waiting for the lye mixture to get to a certain temperature, and then you want it like within, I believe, 10 degrees of each other of the
so you have
oils.
to have a thermometer,
Yeah, you got to have a thermometer as well. Yep.
and then you mix those two together.
And then you mix them together with an immersion blender.
Mhm,
And that is mixed until it's called trace.
mhm,
And just depending on what you're adding, what kind of trace. But the first step of trace is like kind of when you pull the immersion blender out, you can see that it leaves an imprint on the top of the soap, kind of like a
mhm,
pudding, like when you're seeing when a pudding is getting thick
mhm,
enough.
mhm.
And then you need to pour really quickly, especially if you're adding toppings and stuff like that, because then it'll harden up.
Pardon. And then you can't use it right away. You have to wait.
No, yeah. You actually cover it in towels and for about it just depends on your recipe and how soft it is. It takes about 3 days to be able to even unmold them. And during that process, when you're wrapping them in the towels, they're getting up 200 and something degrees. And then that's going to help saponify the oils and the lye so that it's not dangerous anymore
Oh,
for
that's where
you.
we get the word soap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So after 3 days, technically you can use it. But the longer you let it cure for at least 3 to 4 weeks, then the harder the bar will get because it'll be evaporating all the little bits of water out. So then it'll just be a longer lasting bar.
Mhm,
So yeah, technically you could use it after 3 days.
mhm. But it's better to wait. Yeah.
Yeah, just so it'll last longer for you.
Mhm.
It's hard to wait though sometimes. Like
And
I'm
you
always
use
dying to try them all and
essential oils too.
yes, uh-huh.
You use Young Living, don't you?
Yes, sometimes, but I'm finding out quickly that I have to get others. I do a lot of things from Mountain Rose. I don't know if you've heard of that company, but
Oh,
they have fresh herbs and spices too you can buy, and they have essential oils only because you have to use so much to scent a bar. I mean, it would. I was realizing a lot of times I'm probably spending $75 per um, loaf, which is like 7 to 8 bars of my essential oil. So
that's too much
it's just
money.
not feasible because there's no way to just make any money if you're trying to sell them, unless
Mhm.
you wanted to charge $20 a bar. So I still get high quality essential oils, but I do it from Mountain Rose Herbs, and I still mix my Young Living too on the cheaper oils.
Okay.
I can do orange and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, thanks. So,
hmm
is there any safety tips like other than the lye? I mean, children, like if people have children, how old would you say they need to be before they could be really involved?
It would probably just depend on their maturity level and how much you trust them. It's or what I would do is have the adult do the lye mixture, and then they could help with all the other things because that none of that is, well, I mean, I guess if they know how to be around a stove and heat, you
Mhm.
know, but I would have them sit on the counter and help me measure out all the cocoa butter and shea butter and beeswax if I use it,
Yeah.
that kind of
Do
thing.
you ever use honey? Like
Yep,
organic honey?
yep. I do raw, unfiltered honey in some of them. Super moisturizing and amazing for your skin too.
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
Honey's amazing.
Oh yeah, it
Those
is.
raw milk.
I know it's some really good stuff.
Yeah.
Both of those things.
So what else
But
do you like to do in the fall? Oh, I wanted you to share that book, that reference there. Where you've
I
learned
was
all this.
this is the book I would highly recommend for anybody wanting to learn how to do, and this is called cold processing. So if you're using lye, it's a cold process. So you can do very easy melt and pour soap bases and stuff like that. If you want kids to get involved, that'd be a good way too. It's that the lye part is already done for you. But this book is called Simple Natural Soap Making, and it's by Jan Berry.
Okay.
And she also has a blog called The Nerdy Farm Wife. And so she has, I know, but she has a lot of printables in there for how to get started in soap making, all of the supplies, and then links to your supplies.
Okay.
So it's one of my favorites.
All
And
right.
as far as supplies to buy soap stuff, I love um, Brambleberry has a bunch of good things. And then Amazon for some of my molds I'll get off of Amazon. And
Mhm.
my lye, I buy in bulk on Amazon. What was the other one? Oh, the Mountain Rose herbs. So those are the places I would recommend buying your soap supplies as well.
Great.
So yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
yeah,
I know there's some people that are going to be interested in that. There's some homesteaders out there.
yes, exactly. It's a fun skill to learn, no matter what. I think I've always wanted to, even before I knew anything about country life and homesteading. I always thought it'd be something fun, but
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
All right. Well, what else did you do in the fall? Oh, you get reduced. We're going to talk about winterizing in December, but
Okay.
um,
Um, yeah, I guess the things I would do in fall would be putting the garden to bed. We've been cleaning out all the garden beds. My fun thing, I don't know if it's really a craft, but something I'm starting again and again because of my soaps, really, is foraging some things off my property. I was kind of thinking about I should have showed you some of that. But I see that there's a bunch of rose hips out there, and I need to collect my pine needles, and I have a bunch of juniper berries. My trees are loaded with juniper berries. So those are the kind of things I'll do, and then I'll infuse some of those things, make tinctures, salves, lotions. That's the kind of stuff I'll be doing in the winter, is making all the DIY stuff that I love to do. So now that I have more time and just finished at 11 p.m. last night making a bunch of apple butter. I don't know if you can see it behind me. Do you see it there on the counter?
oh, yes. Yes, all the jars.
Anyway,
Yep.
so we got all of our apples processed this week and made a bunch of dried cinnamon apple chips in my dehydrator, made a whole bunch of apple butter, and then some apple pie filling for the freezer.
Well, who doesn't like apples?
I know, like it's a fun. I mean, it's kind of overwhelming because I hate peeling and coring and slicing, but all the treats are so fun. So
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's,
that's all done. So now I get to do all the fun things this winter,
mhm. Yep.
like lotions and things, and lots of soaps. I'll probably be making a lot of the soaps this winter too. Um, but yeah,
And then your kids do some crafts. Like one of your kids does crafts, I think. Like she makes like aprons and those.
Molly, yeah, she helps me with the farm stand, and she makes like kitchen towel boas to put around your neck in the kitchen. It's got well, she uses pretty fabric, and then
And then has towels on the
plastic
bottom,
like the washcloths or hand
hand
towels just to
towels.
kind of dry your hands, or as you're working in your kitchen, dry dishes, whatever.
Mhm.
So she's the sewer of the family.
She
So
makes
she'll
that
do
one.
any
What was it
sewing
called? It's
project.
flaxseed
Yes,
little pillow
yes,
that you can heat up or freeze.
flaxseed. Yep, some flaxseed like heating and warming pillows. You can use them either cold or hot.
Mhm.
So yeah, she's done that, and then she's put lavender and chamomile dried in there, so it has a really good scent. And you just warm it up in the microwave and use it how you want.
Mhm.
So yeah, those are the couple things she does, and then she's been helping me. She's the one helping me with the caramels because I would never have thought about that, but she's my candy girl. I'm more the baker. I'm going to do all the baking things and the bread, and she's more interested in learning how to make all the candies. So
Okay.
that's her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Hopefully it was something of interest, but yeah.
thank you so much. And next in December, we'll talk about whatever it is you do, just to get everything buttoned down for the winter.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and then
All
that'll
right.
be it for our little
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've
Yeah.
been,
Has it been a year since did we start this in the
well,
spring?
we started in the spring.
In the spring, yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you
Yep.
later.
We'll see ya.
Okay.